Hello, and welcome to Valley Art Center's annual Student Faculty Exhibit, our yearly celebration of the hard work, creativity, and skill of our instructors and students. My name is Dan Simone. I am the gallery manager here at Valley Art Center, and I will be your host for this video tour of the exhibit, which will be on display through March 10th. Each year we invite everyone who's been in a class at VAC during the last year to include one piece they've completed in this exciting exhibit. And each year we are excited and impressed by the skills and triumphs of our students, teachers, and staff members. So, let's take a close look at what we have this year. A quick note, I don't personally know every one of our students, so I may be unfamiliar with some of these names. If I mispronounce your name, I do apologize. We'll start with this piece by Laura Rath, Petite Maison et Alver, pardon my horrible French accent. This is oil on canvas. Next is this piece by Jean Huth, 2020 number 1, oil. Dawn of the Industrial Age by Thomas Rooney, oil on canvas. Sandman by Peter Herbrook. In the Dark, watercolor by Elaine Lustig. Hold on while I turn around. Quick pan. Creepy stairway. On this side of the hallway we have Winter Chill by George Scarl. This is an acrylic. And the last piece in our hallway is by Jody Elioff. This is Untitled, it is pencil. I'm going to pan back this way and we're going to come up here real quick. Take a minute to talk about the People's Choice Award in our annual Student Faculty Exhibit. Everyone who comes to the exhibit is invited to cast your vote for one adult and one student entry that you think deserves to win the People's Choice Award. Cast your votes by March 5th. Next up, we have a piece by our director, Mary Ann Breisch. This is a triptych of mixed media entitled Grief, Grace, and Lace. Barn by Thomas Marchetti. This is watercolor. A Walk in Maine by Carolyn Stolberg, oil. Birch by Catherine Koch, watercolor. And Solitude by Chris Marshall, also watercolor. Next up, another horrible attempt at French by me, Les Beaux Olive Grove by Rob Crombie. Rob is one of our instructors. Yesterday by Jan Matee, watercolor. Jan is also one of our highly talented instructors. Purple Mountains by Susan Nelson. This is oil. Francesca by Kathy Pavia. This is mixed media on watercolor paper. Pignon, Water and Roses by painting instructor Victoria Wagner. This is oil on canvas. And Teary Eye by Gary Schmidt, oil. Gary teaches drawing for us, so seeing an oil painting by him is kind of a treat. Pivot again, hold on to your hats. This is Moon Jar by one of our newer instructors, Jared Gabriel. Jared comes to us from Montana, and he's started teaching ceramics here. This is wood and soda-fired ceramics. Take a look at this photograph here, titled Beautiful Damage by August Zelch. If we pan down a little bit and take a look at the label, you'll see that there's a blue dot on the label. That blue dot denotes that August is one of our child students. So when you're trying to make your decision on People's Choice Award winners, the blue dots on the labels denote the child students for you to vote. Next up is a really kind of interesting piece for us. This is a set of skis by Jan Jones. Well, the skis aren't by Jan, but the artwork, the custom artwork on the skis is by Jan, titled Angel Above a Trail of Love, watercolor transferred to custom skis. And I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty cool. Next up, we have Angel of Hope by Sherry Harris, also watercolor. Laita by Mary Ann Bianco. This is acrylic. Now we're going to get into some jewelry. This is all work by child students. First up, Kim's Essence by Audrey Holmes and Lena Tucker. Calming Breath Necklace by Natalie Vinorsky. Spring by Caleb Zelch. Skylight by Mackenzie Verteber. Hope by Felicity Fisher. Delicate Rainbow by Vivian Tatao. You can see this is a full collection of necklace, bracelet, and earrings by Vivian. I'm guessing for her mom. It's a very wonderful gift, Vivian. I'm going to zoom in on Walk on the Beach by Sophie Igo. Snuggle Bunny by Olivia Vinorsky. Simply Gray earrings by Megan Shisila. Earth by Emmeline Brugge. Northern Lights by Ellis Crutchko. It's getting a little washed out. I'm going to come at that from a couple of angles so you can see all the colors hopefully in that bead. Here we go. Loving Heart by Elizabeth Grisset. That one's washing out pretty hard too, but you can see the nice pink on that stone. And Metallic Lime Necklace by Audrey Haas. Again, this entire collection on this table here is work by our student jewelers in Kim Matei's class. Very, very good job, everybody. Next up on this wall, Tortola View After the Rain by Joanne Carroll. It's oil. And a look at the Walter C. Best Wildlife Preserve by June Elia, and this is soft pastel. Over here we have At the Start, Kentucky Derby by Victoria L. Kuznicki. Here we have Crossing Lake Atitlan by Karen Malloy, oil on canvas. And Betsy Summershield brings us Early Snow This is acrylic. Very timely for the snow we've had this week in Ohio. This is Take Me Back to the Beach by Ceramics Program Manager Carla Gasello. This is Raku Ceramics. Country Lane by Mary McLeod, acrylic. And Love Those Oysters by Mara Flynn, watercolor. Next up is a piece by Nancy Minter. This is Boxes Becoming Flowers, mixed media. This is kind of cool. She's got these cardboard boxes and shapes coming off of the canvas and hanging down underneath a little bit, kind of breaking out of the frame there. Very cool, Nancy. Next is Winter Fire by Linda Brown, and this is acrylic and mixed media. You can see she's kind of doing the same, similar kind of idea with various pieces and mixed things coming off of the front of the canvas. Riverwalk by Jen Florentine, acrylic on canvas. This is the COVID Coat, knit garment by our assistant director, Jenny Yonker. I really want to see her wearing this someday. So fuzzy. Rainy Day in the Garden, mixed media by our instructor, Judy Bennett. Autumn Brilliance by Mel Friedland, oil on canvas. Japanese Lanterns, watercolor by Robbie Groden. And River Farm, oil on canvas by Philip Keff. All right, here we have pair number 1, oil on canvas, by C. Lynn Arnold. Here we have Lemon Yolk by Margaret Haydorn, oil. You can see there's a red dot on this piece, meaning that this piece has sold. Congratulations, Margaret. This exhibit has a pretty equal distribution of pieces that people have created for themselves or their family that they're not wanting to sell, but there are several pieces in the exhibit that are for sale. So we'd encourage you to come check it out with an eye on purchasing. This piece is Study of Ricky in Gold and Gray, Pastel by Tricia Common, who we have to thank for these marvelous and wonderful modular movable walls that we have throughout the gallery. They're pretty cool. Here's another one. Over on this one, Hummingbird Moths on Swamp Milkweed, Pastel by Julie Clayman. Apple Season by Kathy Venkel. This is acrylic on arches. Snowy Day Friends, watercolor by Deb Perry. This is actually a cool story on this one. Deb stopped in to talk about some stuff for a class, workshop that she's teaching, and just stop in and say hi. And she stopped into Darlene Jackson's watercolor class to say hi to some friends there, and they talked her into sitting down for a little bit, and she painted this piece right there, framed it up, painted the mat, and there we go. It was, I think, the day I was hanging this show, so pretty cool. This is a boho bowl by Marianne Carroll, clay with white underglaze. I like this one. Next we've got a little animal menagerie wall here. We've got Gull at Mentor Headlands by Marianne Kuchera. This is watercolor. Miss Vija by Betty Ostu, also watercolor. Janet Mast, It's Galapagos Tortoises, watercolor and watercolor pencils. And Gracie by Ruth Schoenberger, watercolor. All right, here's our last section of the show. We'll start off with Karen West's piece, New Beginnings. This is oil. Ellen Smith, Lovey and Arlo, Contemplating the Clouds, oil on canvas. Man, does that not put you in mind of summer? I can't wait. Here's that boho bowl again. Still pretty cool. Garden Path, watercolor by Becky Frazier. You probably all know Becky is one of our shopkeepers and counter ladies. She's very nice, very helpful to all of you. You should say thank you. This is Cosmic Conjecture by Linda Zelazny, acrylic on paper. Let's scan past these pieces again. They're all pretty nice. Take a second look. And come to Talachito by Jessica Nelson. This is a watercolor. Anne Dunning's House at Wiggins Brook in Maine, also watercolor. This Old House by Barbara Doyle Schmidt, watercolor. Untitled Piece by Nikki Keene, also watercolor. Timeshare Available by Carol Consolo, also watercolor. I don't know, maybe you guys should get a hold of Carol if you're looking for a timeshare. Here we're going to have another table of jewelry. These are all adult students. Sunny Vibes by jewelry instructor Kim Matee. Ethnic Circles by Susan Balaza. Czechoslovakian Spring by Ann Potter. The Gift by Lori Dean. Oh, look, another red dot. Somebody's getting a gift indeed. Azurite Galaxy by Sarah Bullington. This one has some neat dimension to it. You can see the beading really kind of comes out front around that stone. Pretty neat. Lulu's Bliss by Sandra Cohen. And Breakfast at Tiffany's by Chris Kaufman. Next we have Morning Glow by Judy Kobik, and this is watercolor. Below that, Forest Ridge by Andrea Dawson, acrylic. Last Light by Donna Trivison, oil on canvas board. And Chambers Bay by Susan Locke, also oil. Here we have Cycle by Leah Gurunian, and this is stoneware. Design kind of wraps all the way around the outside of the bowl here. I'm going to try and get you all of it. Very cool. And last in our exhibit is this Quadtic by Charles Diehl, called Reflections, European Quartet. These are all oil on canvas, part of a ongoing series of experiments by Charles to try to capture the look of reflective glass. And man, does he do it right. You may recognize this style, especially here, I think, from our outside wall, because Mr. Diehl is the artist responsible for the mural on the wall. And as you can see, he is a very skilled painter. And I have to say, when I'm in that parking lot and I'm backing up towards that mural, I always think there's real people behind me. So there you go. Thank you for joining me for this tour of the annual student faculty exhibit. As I said, this exhibit is on display through March 10th. Please come in and take a look. Vote for your favorites for the People's Choice Award. And we'll see you in class.